CWU's It's Time for Change nationwide tour visited Manchester today, where Dave Ward and the Assistant Secretaries spoke to local branch reps from the North West about the postal agreement ahead of the national ballot. The Business Transformation 2010 and Beyond document, the outcome of months of tough negotiations between CWU and the Royal Mail, was discussed at length, highlighting how the agreement will bring job security, a fairer deal and a positive future for all.
We've had 3 briefings now. We've spoke to something like 1,000 local reps during those 3 briefings, and they've been excellent meetings. They really have been good meetings, showed the strength of our union, the strength of commitment from local reps to their membership. And those people are coming to these briefings and they're putting the views across. But I have to say a pattern is emerging, is that when they consider all of the arguments, we're seeing a change in their attitude. They come to the meeting very sceptical, and what we're starting to see now is people saying, actually, we do understand why this is a decent deal in the circumstances that we're facing. And our objective, more than anything, is when our members vote on this deal, they must do so from the most informed basis possible. And you can only do that by having this type of forum and by hoping then that our reps carry those arguments back to the membership. And let's see what the vote is at the end of the day. The members will decide, and that's fair enough.
Dave Ward and Bob Gibson explained how the agreement would benefit everyone, even though there was concern from some branch reps that there may be an increase in workload for less pay.
I can't say to you that that isn't true if you've done the numbers in your office, right? But you've heard what Bob said about the numbers, and the choices in front of those people. It's a bit of a false comparison, isn't it? This is what we're saying to you. If I want to do a number tomorrow and say, well look, I was getting this on door to door today, and now I'm not getting that, you might be right. But it's a false comparison for our members to stand there and do them numbers and ignore everything else we've been talking about. Because it won't be there. It is not sustainable. Tell me how, in a situation where we will lose jobs, for the reasons that I've outlined, that we can turn our backs away from that and carry on supporting basically a piece rate work system when we have the opportunity to put it into workload, make Royal Mail pay for it there to protect jobs, and put it into basic pay. This is a basic pay supplement. It's not going away, it'll be there forever.
Dave Ward urged them to look at the agreement as a whole, the benefits it offers everyone, and to look forward to the future.
We're clearly of the view that there is an issue around door-to-door. We understand that. We always knew that was going to be the case. But I would ask that our members, if they could listen to some of the debates that are taking place in these meetings and hear what we've got to say about the overall situation. That's the judgment that people have to make. This is not an agreement where you can make a judgment about simply what I'm currently getting on door-to-door versus what I might be getting in the future under a guaranteed basic pay supplement. This is about changing the industry that's unavoidable. And if people consider exactly what is happening in this industry around the problems with competition, the problems with the pension deficit, the problems with the fact that the world of communication is changing around us, when they see that, I believe if they hear the arguments, particularly the arguments that Bob Gibson has put together in the presentation, they will understand that what's actually taking place at the moment is a good agreement for the future.
Saturday attendance is an issue, but there's an opportunity there to be able to deal with that and get better attendance patterns, more Saturdays off. The door-to-door basically is coming down to money, but people need to consider the wider implications of door-to-door. There's such a big market out there, 14 billion items, £500 million worth of revenue. At the moment, we only get hold of 3 billion items and about £100 million worth of revenue. So there's a lot of scope in there to bring revenue and workload into this industry, and equally at the same time take it away from the competition such as TNT. So in the long term, I think it's the right move to make.
After a question and answer session, the branch reps left the meeting with a better understanding about the agreement and why they should vote for it in the upcoming national ballot. Following the success of the meeting in Manchester, Dave Ward and his team travelled on to Glasgow, the next stop on the nationwide It's Time for Change tour.